Gentleman yields back. Mr. Long.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Secretary, for being here today and giving your testimony. Earlier today, you said that I'm responsible for the implementation of the Affordable Care Act. I've heard you referred to, and maybe yourself, as the point person for the rollout, the architect of implementing Affordable Care Act. So you are kind of the President's point person, are you not, for this rollout?
Yes, sir.
Earlier, you were asked, and there's a lot of things striking about the rollout of this and about the Affordable Care Act altogether, but the thing that's most striking to me is that when we have the point person for the rollout here, and you're not going into the exchange. Now, I've heard you say that, and you got some advice from the folks behind you, but I'm asking you today, can you tell the American public, if your advisors behind you, that if they happen to have given you some wrong information, if it is possible for you to go into the exchange, like all these millions of Americans that are going into the exchanges, will you commit to forego your government insurance plan that you're on now and join us in the pool? Come on in. The water's fine. All the congressmen, all of our staff have to go into the exchanges. We have to go into the D.C. exchanges. And I will say that I tried to get on the website. I was successful doing the hearing earlier, and I got to the D.C. exchange, which is where I have to buy from. I got part way through, and then when I got to the point to enter my Social Security number, I could not bring myself to do that from what I've heard from people like John McAfee and folks about the security. Will you tell, if your advisors are wrong, and it is possible for you, I'm not saying it is, but if it is, if it's possible for you to forego your government program you have now, will you tell the American public that, yes, I will go into the exchanges next year like everyone else?
Sir, the way the law is written,
it's a yes or no. Let's say that you're wrong on that. Yes or no. If you're wrong, will you? Yes or no?
I don't want to give misinformation to the American public.
You what?
Who may be. I don't want to give misinformation.
I want you to go home and research it. If you're wrong, will you go into the exchanges? If you can, will you? That's a yes or no. If you can, will you?
I will take a look at it. I don't have any idea.
That's not an answer. That's not a yes or no.
Gentleman's time has expired.
You're the architect of the whole program, and you won't go into it with the rest of the American public.
I did not say that, sir. I think it's illegal for me to.
If it's not illegal, if it's legal, will you go in?
Mr. Chairman,
affordable coverage.
Come on in. The water's fine.
Gentleman's time has expired.
I have a unanimous consent request. I'd like the Madam Secretary.
Don't do this to me.
I'd like you to answer for the record. If you were able to do what the gentleman just suggested, or follow the recommendation of Cory Gardner, our colleague from Colorado, and went into the to buy an individual policy, would you be able to find one that would protect you from cheap shots, or do you think that it has to be mandated for coverage? I leave it the record open for your response.
We'll wait for that response to come back.
I would gladly join the exchange if I didn't have affordable coverage in my workplace. I would gladly join it. And the D.C. market is an independent state-based market, even though D.C. is not a state. We do not run the D.C. market in the federal marketplace.